Hello students, welcome to e-learning program. Myself Sunil Ekar from HAL English Medium School, Ozar Township, Ozar. Now we are going to see the 8th lesson, Civil Disobedience Movement. In the last two parts, we have seen the Peshawar Satyagraha, Solapur Satyagraha, Dharasana Satyagraha, sacrifice of Babu Genu, then round table conferences, first round table conference. Okay, now we are going to see Gandhi-Irvin Pact. The British Prime Minister expressed his hope of participation of Indian National Congress in the second round table conference. In view of the appeal made by the Prime Minister, the Viceroy released Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders from prison. Thus, a conducive atmosphere was created for the Congress to discuss the issues freely. A pact was signed between Mahatma Gandhi and Viceroy Irvin, which is known as the Gandhi-Irvin Pact. According to this pact, the British government assured that the system of responsible government would be added in the proposed constitution of India. Consequently, Indian National Congress withdrew the civil disobedience movement and agreed to attend the round table conference. Okay, now what is the first round table conference is there? Okay, we have seen this first round table conference. Now, what is Gandhi-Irvin Pact? In view of the appeal of Prime Minister, the Viceroy released Gandhiji and other political leaders from prison. In this conducive atmosphere, a pact was signed between Gandhiji and Viceroy Irvin. According to the pact, the British government gave an assurance of providing responsible government in the proposed Constitution of India. So, Congress agreed to suspend the civil disobedience movement and participated in the second round table conference. Okay, now what is second round table conference? Okay, we have seen this. Now, the second round conference is there. Next point is second round table conference. In 1931, the second round table conference was organized. Mahatma Gandhi attended this conference, was a representative of Indian National Congress. Along with the Indian National Congress, representatives of various castes and communities, political parties as well as princely states were invited. The government put forth the issues of minorities in the round table conference. There were differences regarding this issue and also regarding this nature of the prospective federal constitution. Gandhiji tried to bring unanimity in the opinion but was unsuccessful. Finally, Gandhiji became disappointed and returned back to India. Okay, now what is the second round table conference is there? The second round table conference was held in 1931. Gandhiji participated as the representative of the Indian National Congress and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar as representatives of Dalit. The representatives of the other political parties, various castes and communities, and the princely states also participated. Issues of minority representation and federal constitutions were discussed. However, no consensus could be reached. Gandhiji was not successful in bringing unanimity, so he returned to India disappointed. Okay, now the Pune Pact is there, but at that time they declared that the communal awards is there. Dr. Ambedkar, Babasaheb Ambedkar had demanded separate electorate for Dalit in the Round Table Conference. So the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald declared communal award which granted separate electorate to the Dalits. Okay. Now the next point is there, that is the Pune Pact is there. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar represented the Dalits in the Round Table Conference. He demanded separate electorate for the Dalits. After the second Round Table Conference, the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald declared communal award. According to it, Dalits were given separate electorate. Gandhiji went on fast unto death at Yeroda jail. Okay, the protesting against the granting of separate electorate on the basis of caste. The leaders of Indian National Congress requested Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar to reconsider the demand for separate electorate, keeping in mind the interest of the nation. Dr. Ambedkar was ready to accept this request. In 1932, Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar signed the famous Pune Pact. According to this pact, separate electorates for the Dalit was cancelled and a provision for reserved seat was made. Okay, now what is Pune Pact is there? Okay, you know it very well. We have seen this. We have read it. After this written from the second Round Table Conference, Mahatma Gandhiji decided to review the civil disobedience movement. He was immediately arrested by the government and put into Yeroda jail. He was against granting the separate electorate to the basis of caste. So he started fast unto death in Yeroda jail. The leaders of Indian National Congress requested Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar to reconsider this demand. By keeping the interest of the nation in mind, he granted and he signed the Pune Pact with Gandhiji in 1932. The pact provided for reserved seats instead of separate electorate for the Dalits. Okay. Now the next point is the third round table conference is there. In November 1932, the third round table conference was organized in England. The Indian National Congress boycotted the conference. Thus, this conference proved to be futile. Second phase of civil disobedience movement. Gandhiji returned to the India from the second round table conference with a dejected mind, very sorrow mind. He decided to restart the civil disobedience movement. Gandhiji was immediately arrested. Hence, there was discontent among the people. Government responded to his movement by using inhuman oppressive method. There was strangling of civic rights everywhere. The Indian National Congress and its associated institutions were declared illegal. Restrictions were levied on national newspaper and literature. Finally, in April 1934, Gandhiji withdrew the movement and the historic phase of civil disobedience movement came to an end. Okay, now the third round table conference. What is the third round table conference? Was organized in England in November 1932. The Indian National Congress boycotted the conference and hence it failed. The second phase of the civil disobedience is there. Gandhiji resumed the civil disobedience movement after his return from the second round table conference from England. He was arrested immediately, where created discontent among the people because of the government arrested the Mahatma Gandhiji. The government resorted to human oppressive measures. The Indian National Congress and its associated institutions were declared illegal. Civic rights were withdrawn. Many restrictions were imposed on national newspapers and literature. Finally, the movement was withdrawn by Gandhiji in April 1934. Okay, now got it. The lesson is over. Lesson is over. Exercise is given below the lesson. Just you have to complete this lesson, these exercises, fill in the blanks, explain the following statements with reason.